All right, so I got these for Birding Man, and someone else is holding my bike, so I'm going to do a test placement on my wife's bike. I won't tell her, but it's going to be interesting. And I'll save you the time for me adding it, and I'll just show you the result, and you can see if you like it. All right, just to show a bit of how this is packaged up and what you get in the box. So there's two of these, I guess they call them wheel Brightz, which have the waterproof tubes, the black straps that go around the control units. And you can see one here. This one I've opened up, so basically it takes three AA's. And then the one over here without the protective tubing goes on your main bike's body, and also still has the strap, and I guess they're called Cosmic Brightz. So there's two instructions in the box, and since it is a kit, and it should be all good. So we'll give it a shot and see what it looks like. Okay, just one quick note on mounting the lights. I tried it one way, it didn't really work well, so I tried it another way and it worked a lot better. The instructions don't say this, but once you do it, it's kind of intuitively obvious. So basically what you're going to want to do is go to the outside of each spoke. And so by that I mean you've got spokes that go to the right side of your spindle and spokes that go to your left side of your spindle. So you can see this spoke right here goes to the right outside of the spindle. And so I have the actual tube outside that. And then this spoke right here goes to the left side of the spindle. I have it outside that. Again, right spindle outside, left spindle outside. And I found that that held it way better than the other way. So just one little tip for installation there. Also, it's made for different size wheels, so apparently you can just cut the extra tube and then you can connect it. Since this isn't the bike I'm going to use it on, ultimately I want to not do that. But once you do that and I get the right length, it's just going to push it up all around. So, overall right now, the looks really kind of good. I was pleasantly surprised with the brightness. I'll turn off the lights and take another short video. Okay, it's during the day, but it's somewhat dark in the garage, and the lights are actually really bright. At night, these things are going to be wicked cool, I think, just like the picture on the box. So really happy with how easy it is to do, the flexibility for different size tires, and how bright the lights are. I'm going to skip doing the back one just because it's not going to go on this bike, so why do the work when you can see the benefit here? But I will do the center triangle with the other lights, and we can see how bright those are. All right, a short piece on the control box. You turn it on and off by pressing this button right here, and it has these two latches which open up the case, and they really are quite solid. I was impressed. They really grip. I don't think this is going to pop open while you're riding, even if you're doing some jumping. And then it has these two hooks on each side, and those are for the rubber pieces. All right, so I did the center, and a couple of notes here. One, the strap that holds this on is a little too short to go around the neck, and just a little bit too short, ironically, for the seat post. So I was trying to think about where to do it, where when I pedal on my bike, I'm not going to be rubbing against it, and then it can't damage anything. And there's a little bit of a counterintuitive place, which is right above the brake. And so what happens is you've got the two posts coming together. So when the strap's on it, it's actually keeping it upright. And then what I did is I tested it. Even if I push down, it clears the brake mechanism. So I don't think that's going to be a problem in that area, and it's secure. One other thing I found is that 3 is the magic number. I had more wrapping going on before, and it didn't really work. And so I undid it, and so I've got 3 on the top. I went around the front once, and then did 3 on the bottom, and then came up and got 3 here, and it just barely connected onto that. So, these things are kind of delicate just when you unwind them. Make sure you don't try to crimp them too much. You can uncrimp them, but, I don't know how many times that can happen before it goes bad. So I'm going to do a video with the lights off, and we can see what that looks like. I'm not going to bother to do the rear wheel. I think it'd probably look cooler with that, but you'll see the main point when I do this without the lights. Okay, again, not quite dark, but you can already tell that this thing's going to be lit up really nice at night. Nice and safe if you're on the playa, or just fun if you're riding on the road. So pretty psyched about this. It turns out you don't actually need the zip ties. If maybe one at the end, you can see how that's hanging down there. but because the go pretty well in between the spokes. They've got some grip there just because they're plastic and it's a tube. But you could do a couple zip ties if you want and tie them to the spokes. Obviously, you don't tie them around the tire, but I don't think I'm going to need that. So maybe one just where I connect the two tubes. But fundamentally, really good deal. Nice lights, easy installation, a few quick tips. So hopefully we're helpful, and enjoy.
This is the rechargeable Brightz light, and it's got a big magnetic kind of clip on the back. That just means that you can attach it to a tent stake, a pole, a branch, like pretty much anything, and this thing just connects magnetically. You don't need to strap it on or anything like that. Also, because it's magnetic, you can stick it on the side of a vehicle. It just has that kind of magnetic holding power. As for the light itself, it puts out kind of like a diffuse bright light. It's not like a really bright flashlight that's gonna, shine 100 yards in the dark, but it puts out a couple different settings. You can go dim, medium, and bright. And the bright will light up an area nicely or the inside of a tent. It's also rechargeable. It has a little recharging port on the side. And it's just got that nice feel. These guys make a bunch of lights of this kind, different sizes, and they all have this kind of nice feel to them. Rubber, smooth sides, general nice light quality. Again, not blinding, just a gentle light to light up that area.
We got the lights for my kids' trampoline, and we don't have a mat because this was hand-me-down. This is my childhood trampoline. But we really like this. The white clips that came on, because I read the reviews, they're like, they don't stay on. They're so right. I put them all on. I put this on it, and they just would not stay. So we just zip tied it. Took a little longer, but we did like every 4, and that seemed to keep them in place. You can see the colors. And we just wrapped it around ours. On this part, like I said, you're supposed to do it on the map, but we don't have one. And then you can see where we doubled because it is longer. But my kids really like this. It's way more fun when it's nighttime. The sensor's right here. Where is it? The sensor's right here for when they jump, for it to change colors. So it's definitely a game changer. We've really liked it.